Good morning, students. In our earlier class, we have discussed about the applications of the Laplace transformations to solve the various type of the differential equations, especially the ordinary differential equation with constant coefficients, with variable coefficients, and the simultaneous or differential equations. Today, we are going to discuss the application of the Laplace transformation to solve the partial differentiations. This is a very important tool to solve some special kind of the partial differential equations with the help of the Laplace transformation. Before going to solve the problems of the partial differential equations, first we have to study about a relation, about a theorem which is used to solve the partial differential equations or application of the partial differential equations. The problem or the theorem or the result is, given the function uxt, a function is given, function is of u and t. Given the function uxt defined for x and t, the x are from a to b and t is positive, under some suitable restrictions on uxt, we have the Laplace transformation of del u upon del t, the partial derivative of u with respect to t. The Laplace transformation of this one is equals to p uxp minus ux0. uxp, here uxp is the Laplace transformation of uxt. So the Laplace transformation of the first partial derivative of u with respect to t is given by p uxp minus ux0. Similarly, the Laplace transformation of Laplace transformation of partial derivative of u with respect to x is given by d by dx of uxp. That is the d by dx of uxp, where uxp is the partial derivative of u with respect to p. Third one, we have to prove the Laplace transformation of del to u upon del t square. That is the Laplace transformation of the second partial derivative of u with respect to t, and it is equals to p square xp, p square uxp, p square uxp minus p ux0 minus utx0. Here again uxp is the partial derivative of u with respect to p. ux0 is the value of uxt when t is equals to 0, and utx0 is the value of the partial derivative uxt with respect to t when t is equals to 0. Here utx0 is equals to the value of the partial derivative of uxt when t is equals to 0. And the last result is, we have to prove the Laplace transformation of the second partial derivative of u with respect to x square, and this is equals to d2 by dx square of uxp, that is d2 by dx square of the partial derivative of u with respect to p. So first we have to prove these four results, and then we use these results to solve the partial derivatives. The proof of the first result is, we have to solve the Laplace transform, we have to find the Laplace transformation of del u by del t, that is first partial derivative of u with respect to t. Now by using the definition of the partial derivative, the Laplace transformation, the definition of the Laplace transformation of del u upon del t, by definition it is equals to integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus pt del u by del t dt. Or this can be written as limit t tends to infinite integral 0 to t e raised to minus pt del u by del t into dt. Now integrating this integral by parts, we get limit t tends to infinite e raised to minus pt uxt 0 to t plus p integral 0 to t e raised to minus pt uxt dt. Integrating by parts the integral, we get this result. Or we can write this one as limit t tends to infinite e raised to minus pt, by putting the values of t as capital T and 0, we get e raised to minus pt uxt minus ux0 plus p integral 0 to t e raised to minus pt uxt dt. Now this is equals to limit t tends to infinite e raised to minus pt uxt minus ux0, his t is absent, so this is ux0 plus p integral 0 to t raised to minus pt uxt dt. Now as we have obtained here the Laplace transformation of this problem, it means the Laplace transform exists, and if it exists, then assuming that the function uxt is of exponential order gamma as t tends to infinite. If we assume, because by the existence theorem of the Laplace transformation, we have the Laplace transformation of this function uxt, then definitely it is of exponential order of gamma as t tends to infinite. So the value of value of this term value of this term e raised to minus pt uxt when t tends to infinite comes to be 0 by exponential order. So we get the result is this is 0. So only the terms remaining are minus ux0 plus p integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus pt uxt dt. So writing this one as we get Laplace transformation of del u del t is equals to p 0 to infinite e raised to minus pt uxt dt minus ux0, and we know that this is the Laplace transformation of the function uxt. This is the Laplace transformation of the function uxt, and it is given as uxp. So this is equals to p uxp minus ux0, which is the first result. Now coming to the second result, we have to use the Leibniz rule for differentiation under the sign of integration. We have to use the Leibniz rules for the differentiation under the sign of integration. Now we have to find the Laplace transformation of del u upon del x. By the definition of Laplace transformation, this is equals to integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus pt del u upon del x into dt. Now here we use the Leibniz rule for differentiation under the sign of integration. The partial derivative comes outside the integral and it becomes d by dx. So d by dx integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus pt uxt dt. But we know that the value under the integral is the Laplace transformation, definition of the Laplace transformation of the function uxt. So this is equals to d by dx of Laplace transformation uxt with respect to p. And we can write this one as the Laplace transformation of uxt is equals to uxp. So we can write it as d by dx of uxp, and this can be written as du by dx, which is the result second. Now coming to the result 4, we have to prove the Laplace transformation of del 2u upon del t square. We have to find the Laplace transformation of the second derivative of u with respect to t. Now if you assume that del u upon del t, that is the first derivative of u with respect to t, if we take it as vxt, then the Laplace transformation of the second derivative can be written as the Laplace transformation of the first derivative of v, that is the Laplace transformation of del v upon del t. And by first result we have find the first result by which we can obtain the Laplace transformation of the first partial derivative. So by writing the by using the first result, the Laplace transformation of del v upon del t is written as p Laplace transformation of vxt with respect to p minus px0 by using the first result. And writing the value of vxt is del u upon del t, and the Laplace transformation of del u upon del t we have already obtained by the result first. So this is equals to p multiplied by p Laplace transformation of uxt minus ux0 minus utx0. vx0 is the partial derivative, vxt is del u upon del t. So vtx0 is the partial derivative of u with respect to t when t is equals to 0, and by solving this we get this result. This is the second partial Laplace transformation of the second partial derivative of u with respect to t. Now final result is the Laplace transformation of the second derivative of u with respect to x. Here we also use, again we have to use the Leibniz rule of differentiation under the sign of integration. we have to find the Laplace transformation of del 2u upon del x square. By the definition of the Laplace transformation, this is equals to integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus pt del 2u upon del x square dt. And by using the Leibniz rule of differentiation under the sign of integration, the partial derivative comes outside the integral, so it becomes ordinary differentiation. So this is equals to d2 by dx square of integral 0 to infinite e raised to minus pt uxt dt. And the value in the under the integral is nothing but the Laplace transformation, or the definition of the Laplace transformation of the function uxt. So this is equals to d2 by dx square of Laplace transformation of uxt with respect to p, and we know that this is uxp, so it comes to be d2u by dx square. So by this method we can obtain the Laplace transformation of the various order partial derivatives with respect to the first variable x or the second variable t. Thank you very much.